Hey, welcome to the Jon and Josh Show. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Jocelyn.
Let's dive in. Here's a question I'll ask, and this is where we get vulnerable. Is there anything you would have liked to see different out of me throughout our time together?
I would say we have grown over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could ramble on lists of your flaws, but I don't think that's conducive. I think that you have shown up and adjusted to the seasons of life to the best of your ability, which is all I could ask for. And if I was dissatisfied with that, I would have let you know or changed it. I'm not just going to let you drag through life. I'm not going to let you give up. So, like, yeah, we've had seasons, but even in those seasons, I still choose you. I still value our marriage even on our worst day.
That's deep. That's powerful. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to say it because I'm going to say what she just said to really make sure it lands. Even in your seasons, I still choose you.
Heck yeah.
And that's deep. And I say that because when you make a statement that says for better or worse, you're looking at those seasons because your boy done been through some things, right? And we'll get into that stuff as we continue to build. But I'm so grateful that even in my seasons that my wife was kind enough to still choose me. Because your boy been through some things. So,
and I choose you tomorrow too. This is on purpose. I'm not just with you because I have to be, because I don't.
But I think the notion of that is so powerful because we're also such a microwave generation where we're used to, if it don't work now, we could just throw this away. Like I hear so many of the homegirls say that, like, if it don't work, we could just, so many of the fellas, hey bro, if she tripping, I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? And it's just like when you sign up for it forever, the benefit in that, I almost want to say, yeah, the tough moments are tough. We're not going to sit here and act like we haven't had seasons because we haven't had just moments. We've had seasons.
But that's life, right?
That's life. And yes, that's the point, is that even in life, you're going to have seasons in life anyway. So why not do it with somebody who you can find some peace with, right? And with that, I think I lost my point.
Well,
it was going to be good, though. It was going to be I was about to land that plane.
I know you were. We still up there. But while we up there, I'll just say that really balancing our strengths has been powerful.
Yes.
So where I am weak, you are strong. And where you are strong, I have been weak, which means that, like, we've been able to capitalize off of each other to make our journeys even easier. Like, I can tell you, in recent days, you have been a lifesaver at home. And it's given me the security to let my superwoman down because I know that you're going to pick it up.
So let's just, since we're here now, since you brought it up, why have I been a lifesaver the last few days?
You have been a lifesaver because I have not been feeling well.
And why haven't you been feeling well?
Because you got carried away when we went to Vegas. And what goes on in Vegas don't stay in Vegas.
What goes on in Vegas don't stay in Vegas. Yes, we are pregnant. We are expecting our third child.
Baby number 3.
Baby number 3. And it's a baby boy. Your boy having a boy. Let's go. I'm not going to cheer and go all crazy in this studio right now. But I was certainly excited. And we'll tap in on all of that later. We're very excited to add baby number 3 to our family. This is it. We are done.
Oh, he's getting snips. So
I'm getting fixed, bro.
Email us your doctors. Fixed. I think we already have a good referral, though.
We got a couple referrals, and they black. Dr. George, come on and help me out. Go on and snip. Matter of fact, as soon as she get off the table, don't even put it up. I'm gonna hop right on. Keep your scalpels. Keep everything up. You gonna put me to sleep?
Don't mind the blood.
Give me. I don't care about the blood. Come on, do the thing.
So, okay, now that the cat's out the bag, I can say being pregnant is very vulnerable and hormonal and all that. This baby's kicking my butt. Like, I am literally taking medicine. I am throwing up.
He tearing her up.
Even I thought the medicine wasn't working, so I stopped taking it and like I completely weaned off of it. The next day, I threw up 3 times by 10 a.m. I said that medicine was working. It just apparently is going that rough for a sister. So with this pregnancy, I have come to the realization you can't do it all, and you don't have to when you got a man who is present, willing, and capable and competent. Like, I politely unsnapped that cape. And one of the things is like the girls, their school is like 30 minutes away from home. And so in the mornings, I'm commuting an hour, throwing up in a Ziploc bag while driving and then starting my day and working and doing all the things I have to do. I said, babe, and I'm literally crying at this point because I feel so bad. I'm already giving about 30%. This marriage right now, 70. 30.
Be like that.
And
I
was right. So emotional, but I'm like, babe, can I do 25? So he's like, I was telling him about the whole morning commute and how heavy that is. And he's like, well, I'm about to go to sleep because I got to get up earlier. So me taking an hour off of my morning added 2 to his. This man did it. I made sure the girls' hair was tight the night before. They wear uniforms to school, but he got up earlier. He let me sleep in. He cooked breakfast, got them in the car, got them to school on time, and went about his work day too. And I gained an hour of sleep. Like, what?
Well, you gained a few hours. Because if your day don't start till, for example.
Well, I get up and do my work now, even if I'm not necessarily in a meeting.
Sure.
But
okay.
the point of the matter is, I have been able to give myself permission to pull back a little bit because you are not going to let me fall.
And that's normal, right? Like that's something that we also have to normalize and share more. Like it's a lot of, for anybody watching this who doesn't know, it's a lot of black fathers out here killing this game.
Oh, you rocking it, boo.
It's a lot of and I don't mind, and I don't talk my talk with a lot of things. I'm a phenomenal father. Yeah. I'm a phenomenal husband, right?
Yeah, you are.
And I would say most, if not all of my boys that I keep close who are husbands and fathers are absolutely amazing. So don't none of y'all believe this narrative that black men are trash, black dads, whatever. Don't believe that. Don't believe the hype, right? There are always more doing well than there are not. There are always more for you than against you. And
dads in general, there are the negative examples. You know what I'm saying? Men who are not or may not be aware, but like I can say that you have made it very easy, but also like I have just chosen to be free.
And that's
what we eating tonight? I don't know.
Right.
Who did they bathe?
I'll figure it out. I'll throw them in a bath. Like these things are normal, right? Like these are normal things when you get into a relationship that you decide to be in. And as men, when you take the posture of this is a part of what it is to lead, right? Sometimes leadership requires putting more on your shoulders. So if it means I gotta hop up at 5:45 or 5:30, which used to be time to go to the gym. If that's time to get the girls ready to go to school, then I got to do my work day and I got to change my workout to freaking 9 p.m. after they go to bed. It's unfortunate, but that's what this is, right? Like that's what this is. So, and that's something else that we'll get into as we get there. So yeah, man.
I said I love you.
Oh, I love you too. I promise she's not abusive. No, I love you too. So yeah, I forget what segment that was. What were we talking about?
It's all good.
We talking about marriage and we announced the baby. Yes, we are having a baby boy. Very excited. And I'm gonna say this too about little man. This is the last child for us, not because it's a boy. This is something I want to make clear, and I want men and women to hear this too. It's the last child for us because one, I'm not gonna let my wife go through this again.
And I don't want to.
We're not doing this no more. We're not doing this no more. It's been great. And two, yes, having a son definitely fills a void for me. We're not going to cap. We're not going to lie. But you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for my daughters. We have two daughters. We have Joy and Jada, 5 and 3. And I'm grateful for them because I will be a better father to my son because of my daughters. And specifically what I mean is that my Joy is my mini me. Right, this girl is the
same dude.
We the same. It's not. It doesn't even make sense. We look the same. We talk the same. Well, we don't talk the same, but we look the same. We have the same interests. We have the same humor. We like to play the same kind of games. Right.
Very similar.
We've done a couple commercials together. Like we're very similar people. And my perspective going into marriage before having kids was that a man has to have a son to be his little road dog and his mini me and his little man. You got to have your little man, right? But Joy healed and fully thwarted any notion of that I had, right? So I got my mini me, I got my little road dog, right? But then I thought, well, I still got to have, because Joy is she's her mother, that she is emotional, sensitive. I'm talking about, y'all,
She's so sweet.
The fires that I have to put out before them tears start flowing with all of the women in my house, this son can't come quick enough. We got to get some balance. But
he probably gonna be sensitive too.
No, I'm saying probably just my luck. But I'm saying she's very much her mother in that regard, right? She's very sensitive. She's very dainty. Joy, she doing hair and makeup and
she's daintier than me, I would say.
Yeah, she not here for the like super wrestle fight play, right? So then here comes Jada, right? We get pregnant with our second child, which I ain't gonna lie, I did want a son at the time. I think we both kind of did. And Jocelyn run around town telling people it's a boy. I know my body.
I just want to say,
boy.
I thought it was. The pregnancy was different, and I was like, and also I kind of wanted one because I had a daughter already, so I was like, oh, it's a boy as far as I knew.
But can I tell you how she did me? We've been having these talks, and I wouldn't let myself fully go there with whether or not it's a boy or a girl. I would let myself go there because I feel like if it was gonna be a girl, it wouldn't be fair. Like I don't want to bring a daughter into this world and wanted a son so bad. No, I'm sad. No, that's not fair to that child. So I would let myself fully commit. We get to the doctor, ultrasound. Doctor says, "Oh, this baby made it easy." We're like, "Oh, what is it?" She like, "It's a girl." She turns straight to me and say, "You okay? You mad?" I said, "What?"
Well, first of all,
don't make me the a-hole in front of the doctor, bro. Let me.
He was already the a-hole. This is what happened.
I wasn't.
She said it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," because I thought it was a boy. So I'm genuinely shocked, and I was like, "A girl?" Like, so I'm happy anyway though because this is my baby. He's sitting there quiet, so super quiet in the room. He didn't say anything. At least I'm feeling the air. I'm feeling the air with like, "Oh my gosh," and like and I'm watching her, and she's in the thing. She in the womb like this.
Dancing, doing what she do now.
So I'm just in the moment, and then he ain't said a word. So I said, "You okay?" And he like, "Why like he mad at me because I'm drawing attention to him."
Let me process it. But to that point, my thought before having Jada was that I needed a son to be my kid to wrestle with and be the tough kid and do whatever. When I tell y'all about my daughter, Jada, there's smoke, and then there's all the smoke. Jada is here at this season of her life, at least from birth to 3 years old. Now, hopefully we can get some of this out of her for real. But thus far,
or just hone it.
Just hone it in. Just got to hone it. She's here. She is here for all the smoke.
But
she's not here
for the games.
For it. Somebody got to be. She's not here for the games. And I say that to say, you want a kid to wrestle with and throw up and not throw up, but like throw up in the air and do all that playful like father daddy stuff. Jada ain't met a wall she not gonna climb. She'd be in the studio right now going crazy, jumping off stuff, climbing up the lights, flipping off the thing. So
yeah, she's tough.
So
let's just paint this picture. Joy is cooperative. She's she's communicative. She's really feelings oriented. Jada, she's communicative too, but she's more assertive in how that goes. So like John took them to the dentist the other day, and Jada had the lady in her mouth. She didn't like it. She's ready to go, and so when they're leaving, Jada told her dad, "I want to kick her." 3 years old. Now we're not violent.
Jada?
We don't kick dentists. We love dentists. We don't
kick dentists,
fight,
bro. We don't kick
but
dentists.
This was her anger, she told her father, "I want to kick her."
She was so mad, y'all. And it wasn't that she was in pain. They had to numb her mouth, and she just didn't like it. She didn't like how it felt. She'd never been there. It was uncomfortable. So the discomfort had her upset. We got to that. She was hollering. She was screaming. She was like, "I don't like that dentist. I don't like her." I'm like, "I know, baby, but we got to take care of your teeth." "No, I want to kick her." I said, "What? What you want to do?" So I want to kick her, Daddy. I want to go in there and kick her. I said, "Well, that's not how we handle conflict, sweetie. Use your words," but we did all that parent stuff. Yeah. But that's who she is. Another quick. I gotta tell one more quick Jada story. It's my favorite Jada story, right? The girls were at the park with their mama, right? And then I'm gonna land this plane because we gotta go. The girls were at the park with their mama, right? And Joy is playing nicely with another young girl. They're playing nicely. They're having a good time. They playing with the sand, right? LA has a lot of parks with sand. Not at all what we grew up with in Detroit, but whatever. And the little girl threw sand in Joy's eyes by accident. It's not on purpose. They just playing.
So she did it intentionally, but she wasn't being vicious. Like kind of like how you splash water. She threw sand at Joy, but Joy was not about that life, and she's really prissy. So it freaked her out.
Freaked Joy out. Joy running around screaming, right? Baby.
She stood there screaming. But
my baby, Jada.
Well, wait. Let me just paint the picture. So Joy is like, "Party over. I'm not playing with you no more." And she's screaming, "Mommy!" She's crying. She's screaming. So me and the girl's mom run over to the scene because we got to help. And I'm just like trying to calm her down. Okay, first of all, stop screaming. Spit the stand out. Okay, I pick up my shirt. I'm wiping her eyes. It's sand everywhere. It is terrible. Jada observes this scene and she comes over to where we are. Now, I don't have enough parenting skill to deal with both. So I just decided to comfort Joy, and
Jada gonna have to do what she gonna do.
And so Jada's looking at the girl. She couldn't comprehend why she did it. So she grabbed 2 fists full of sand and threw it at the girl right in front of her mama. And the little girl was like, oh. So she looked at her mama. Her mama looked at her. I looked at Joy. I was not a part of that. And so she said, heh, heh, heh. She trying to get it together. 2 more. Boom. Threw it at the girl.
Jada, what Jada said was that you done effed around. And you about to find out. And at the time, Jada's like 2.5, super little.
The girl was between their sizes. So she was 2, Joy was 5, so the girl's about 4.
Jada she ain't care. She grabbed them fistfuls of sand. She launched them at this girl. She throwing them at her.
So my brain said, like, you're her mom, tell her to stop. But also,
nope.
Joy was still so disheveled, I just chose not to.
No, don't tell her to stop.
So I let her do her thing.
That's it.
And she took it. It's always that kid to take it too far. Jada was not satisfied yet. So the little girl had to run. She had to. That was good for her. So her and her mama right there. Her mama didn't know what to do either because she ain't want no smoke either. So Jada's chasing her. The girl's a little bit bigger and faster, and Jada coming for her. The little girl literally had to run up the playscape to get away. And Jada couldn't, she couldn't compensate climbing with fistful of sand. Like, she couldn't get that little leg up. So the girl just had to hide up on the thing until Joy stopped crying. Once I calmed Joy down and Jada heard that she stopped and she was able to continue playing, Jada stopped and went on about her business.
She stopped and kept it moving. And the challenge we've had as parents is like, okay, we don't want to parent that out of her, because that's a different resilience, and to be 2 years old and to be a protector like that, and to be like, my big sister don't fight, but I do, so what's up? You know what I'm saying? But even to get back to the point, because we're gonna have a lot of conversations about child rearing and challenges that or mental challenges that we have. But to get back to my point, my perception was that I need a son to be that. Right, I have to have a son who will grab the sand and throw it at somebody for hurting his sister. A son has to do that. Jada doing that. I'm telling you to this day, don't mess with Joy, because Jada is coming for you. And don't mess with Jada either. Joy gonna come for you too. And Joy knows it. And Joy gonna come for you too. But Joy is her father in that we're very diplomatic. we're people, like, if we gotta go there, we'll go there. Especially me as 2 older brothers, the whole world. But Joy is very diplomatic, right? She'll go through the proper channels. Joy will go through the channels and be like, well, if
Joy will literally say, so what happened?
Right.
Why
Joy will go through
crying?
the channels, right? Jada don't care about no channels. No. Jada's like, you heard my sister? It's on. Who did it? Him over there? It's
She'll
on.
She'll confront us. Mommy, don't say that to my sister. First of all, get out. You're not even a part of this.
Daddy, that's not Joy Cup. Joy Cup is pink. What you not gonna do is yell at me over no cup. That's what we not doing today. All right, sit down. So that said, to land this plane, I'm grateful for my girls. Because my thought was, what the 2 of them give me, that I had to have all of that in a son before having any children. That was my thought, and I'm so grateful that I didn't wait to be a father until having a son. Right.
That's powerful.
I'm so grateful that I didn't wait to engage and be present and be active and be full with my daughters before having a son. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm grateful for, I had a dream like 7 months before we got pregnant with Joy. And at this point, this is in Joy. We got pregnant with Joy in 2016. I had this dream in like 2015. Like that there was just this little girl in the crib looking up to me like, daddy, daddy. Changed my heart, tore me up. I woke up emotional. I was like, we're going to have a daughter. We're going to have a daughter. And not that dreams necessarily directly lead to that, but it did shift my heart. So I'm grateful that having our son, having this baby boy,
oh my gosh.
That having a son, I'll be such a greater father to him, because I've learned patience with our daughters. I've learned I've learned that you can actually communicate with kids, right? I think if we had a son first, man, I would be so tough. I would be what our parents were for us, and our parents did a great job. And all parents just do the best they can based on what they know. But I would have been what our world now says is toxic. I would have been that. Candidly, I think that's exactly what I would have been. So I'm so grateful for our girls. And the son, he does fill a void, because I want a son. I ain't gonna lie about it. But I'm just grateful that I'll be able to bring him into a world that's more into a me that's more well-rounded. That's good. That is more, that's just more mature. My girls have grown me up, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
And for me, each child is an experience, so, and we have evolved and we change with time too. So the parent that he's getting is not the parent that Joy had. I was
Right.
so green. Like I babysat a lot. I knew a lot about babies, so to speak, but I didn't know me as a mom. So each child and even them together, they have taught me so much. So like I reflect on who I was before Joy, before Jada, and I'm like, who am I going to be with him? Because it keeps getting better. You know, I keep making decisions and conscious choices to refine my perspective in order to guide them along this journey in life. And it literally brings me to my knees because I am daily admitting that I don't have all the answers. And that's tough. One experience that we had recently, Joy ran for president of her kindergarten class.
Oh, man.
Buckets of tears. I cry at everything, first of all. But she ended up winning vice president. So this is her first experience, I would say, where I could not fix it or like change it, you know? And so I did what I thought was best, which was encourage her to like, all right, man up.
That's right.
Come on.
Well, now let me
me
paint this picture really quick because we're running out of time. Such pastor speak. You know, I done said that 7 times. We still talking. But let me paint this picture really quick.
Yeah.
So Joy finds out that she won vice president and our president, and the school did a phenomenal job. They had like a nationwide vote, right? Like a whole vote.
Anyone
you could tell your
vote.
family, tell your community, whatever. Send the link, vote for your kids, right? Now the day it happened,
Failure on
on
the
like
campaign management part.
Well, we did a phenomenal job. We did a phenomenal job. We got 181 votes. We did great. But we she found out on a Friday that she won vice president and our president. She was cool. She was like, okay. She kept moving, right? Sure. The next Monday, when she found out that she didn't win president and she found out who won, she was like, what? Like,
well, not only that, I think the shift was one of her campaign promises was that every Friday that they should have special treats. So she told me, okay, this Friday, you got to get some donuts and we're going to do this. You know, like my plan was, you know, I could get a couple Friday treats, but also like empower the classrooms to create a roster or a calendar where they can bring special treats on Fridays and just rotate. But I explained to her, well, the president also made campaign promises. So we're going to hold off. Let's see what the president, and that's when it came together, when it hit her like, wait.
She was like, the what? That's me. What you mean? No, I made campaign promises. So when it hit her, she was just so disappointed and she was hurt, right? And then, of course, as humans do, she started to list out why the young man wasn't suitable, right? She, in her mind, she said, but he don't even listen all the time, and sometimes he don't do whatever. So she was hurt. She was crying. She was going through.
It was a lot. And I'm just like, suck it up, buttercup.
And what is deep about it that we'll also have to put a pin in for another conversation, it was our 5-year-old's first experience in feeling like she was the better candidate that didn't get the job. And that's deep to go through at 5, right?
You can't fix it.
And I say feeling like because I don't know the young man. I think his family is great. Like he's a cool little dude. So I'm not saying he isn't worthy. I just know she feels like she certainly was the more worthy candidate, right? So we'll get into that. But what fixed it, she's on the couch, she's crying. Mommy is going through what she has at the time, like, man up. It'd be like that. Come on.
And I wasn't that curt about it, but like nothing I said could comfort her. So here's my first experience as a mom. And I'm really good about comforting my kid. She wasn't having it. Like she's crying, it's making it worse. I'm trying to encourage her, like, listen, pull it together. It's not happening. So John enters the room and he's like observing. And I'm like, I mean, good luck with it. So he sits down and he starts to talk to her, but she hears him differently. She's responding differently. Like he's speaking to her. And again, remember we said, you know, their personalities are very similar. So he's talking to himself. You know, he's saying what he would like to hear as far as comfort. So y'all, I just kind of eased out of the room because I wasn't helping no way. And he's talking to her. He talked about vice presidents and how powerful they are. He pulled out his phone. He pulled out Kamala Harris and like he's doing all, and she is intrigued. She stops crying. She feels empowered. And in that moment, I go to my room and I had this revelation like, you already know you can't do it all. But also, you can't do it all as a mother. Like there are certain aspects of my children's development that rests in other people. Mm-hmm. And this is also the power of community and the power of communication because I can't kill myself as a mama trying to be everything for these people. I can't. Yeah. It's not conducive to either of us. So it behooves me to trust you as their father and to share in this parenting journey because you are very much a part of it, making that space for him to be able to.
Yeah, and shout out Kamala Harris because that changed. She was like, that she looks like me. She could be, yes, that we thank you for representation. And that's powerful as it relates to having this son, because it's both of our first son. We've never had a son, right?
Yeah.
And our daughters will just make us so much better for him. And you even having that experience, well, then us having that experience, because our conditioning is, well, as the man, I got to handle the stuff with my son, right? So when he goes through that moment where he should have, been the candidate or been the selection or whatever, mommy might have to tap in. And she might speak a language that he hears that I just don't have at that time, right? So we're really grateful for this journey, It's good stuff.
It's been great.